This is attempt 3. I don't know why it's taking so long. I kind of am rambling, and things of that nature. So I've decided to do a little spiritual thing and drink some quartz crystal water. Oh yeah. Anyways, what I've been attempting to do is to create 3 videos about role playing. However, it does not seem to be going over well. And anyways, shall we begin? So this first video that I'm going to be doing, it might be short because I won't be doing as much blabbing on, but this video is going to be pertinent to the subject matter of role-playing versus story versus mechanics. First off, role-playing is something that we all do. We've done it since our youngest age with ability to speak. We argue over who's going to be the cowboy or who's going to be the Indian or who's going to be the cop and who's going to be the robber, who's going to be Dracula, who's going to be Van Helsing, who's going to play the dragon, and all that stuff. And in the end, it's bang, I gotcha. You didn't get me. I'm wearing bulletproof armor. Well, I'm firing bullets that are anti-bulletproof armor. All right, then I'm impervious to bullets and things of that particular nature. Which is absolutely funny to watch children do. But we all know that we've done it. But anyways, role-playing is as natural to the human condition as is breathing. It's a natural form of escape, and it's okay to indulge every now and then, kind of like it's okay to eat an entire tub of ice cream once a year, but not for the rest. Little tiny portions. You don't overindulge, you just enjoy what you get, okay? And here are some of the problems that I'm having. And there are a lot of very smart people who talk about mechanics, and they get the point across to many people who are willing to listen. But not everybody who plays tabletop role-playing games listen. Not that long ago, well, maybe that long ago. I mean, it's been, what, 6-7 years since then? But about that long ago, I went to join a group who were playing Shadowrun, and I threw a couple of fancy ideas at them. We've talked about role-playing, let's talk about storyline. Pertinent to those ideas. I threw an idea of, what if I am a street samurai? I have all of these cybernetics. I wake up someday in the middle of the desert and all of my cybernetics are gone, but the abilities aren't. Well, the mechanics wouldn't allow that. There is a campaign in that brief paragraph. Okay? In that fistful of sentences. There is a campaign there. And for those of you who are less experienced, the difference between a mission or an adventure or a quest and a campaign is a mission or an adventure or a quest is a single thing that happens in such a period of time. Like for instance, in Shadowrun, you need to go steal a certain object. That's an adventure. You need to go slay the dragon. That could be a campaign. You need to go deal with these bandits. That's an adventure. You need to go and eventually stop the Prince of Darkness from taking over the entire world and making hell on earth. That's a campaign. Okay? The difference is in how much time it takes to deal with it and how many different things happen along the lines. Lord of the Rings, that's a campaign. The Hobbit, kind of a campaign. the entire book series of Harry Potter. That's an entire campaign. It's a very long, arduous campaign. One of those books would be considered an adventure in that campaign. To kind of sort of detail that a little bit more. Mechanics. Well, no, let's talk a little bit more about story. When your player, for those of you who are storytellers, DMs, well, excuse me, let's not, abbreviate. Storytellers, game masters, referees, dungeon masters, fill in the blank. When somebody throws you a curveball like that, you run with it. Okay, that's the opportunity to take a break from certain mechanics and throw in role playing. And no mechanic is stagnant. Okay, never forget the golden rule. And the thing that's slightly disappointing in the modern day, in this generation, is the golden rule is all but absent from the conversation. The golden rule is simple. You don't like a rule, you don't like how it affects your storyline or what you want to invent or how you want to create, you can ditch it, completely throw it out of the game book. You can take a black marker and scratch it out and the rule is gone, done. You can expound upon that rule to allow certain instances. In other words, you add a piece of, like a sticky note, you write the expounded rules on there, you put the sticky note under the rule, not blocking a neighboring rule, covering up what you don't like and filling in what you do like, and ba-bam! Done! Yeah! Anyways, or you can completely rewrite the rule. It's like, where is it? I know I just had it in hand. This book here. All right. So I'm a big Palladium Books fan. I pick up this book. And the first thing I do is the same thing that I did with the previous one of these that I owned. I went to the section that spoke about the vampire allergies and rewrote them. Somebody was looking over my shoulders and go, dude, you're not supposed to do that. And I said, dude, golden rule. I want my vampires to function. And the whole argument was about vampires being allergic to wood. If vampires are allergic to wood, and mind you, this is an entire fantasy argument, not because I don't believe vampires don't exist, but because the only example that we have is from the movies. Hence. Anyways, I was rewriting the rule about allergies to wood. Vampires don't have allergies to wood. That's been logic. That's just the way it is. He was arguing with me about that. You're making your game where it doesn't function on a certain point. And I said, no. I am eliminating something that doesn't function. If a vampire is so deadly allergic to wood, or however it was, because I don't remember off the top of my head, been a while since I dealt with this book, then how do they pass through door frames? How do they maneuver through window frames? How do they even enter into a house? Well, they have to be invited. I said, bullshit. They are a living organism, just like any and other living organism. Just this particular living organism lives off blood. That's all there is to it. Simplify. If you are so overly allergic to wood, it would be like trying to cross water for a spirit. It doesn't happen. And once again, vampires can't cross over water. That in my brain screams bullshit. Being allergic to water, that's one thing. A water needing to be in motion to affect you, i.e., squirt guns against vampires. What movie have you ever seen where a squirt gun has worked against a vampire? Name it. Okay, because I want to see it, because I've never seen that shit, and I would call shenanigans on that shit. But anyways, it's a mechanic in this game that does not function. It's a mechanic in this book that breaks the game. It makes vampires non-maneuverable and non-capable. But nonetheless, I bought the book because I like the book. It's not complicated. Okay, it's a couple of rules that are fucked up. But the golden rule allows me to change this game how I see fit to fit my purposes. Anyways, mechanics are there to support role-playing. Mechanics are there to make role-playing more fair. The second the mechanics become more important than either story or role-playing, you have a problem. Understand very clearly, these are not role-playing games. I'm not rolling dice to make things happen. You don't even have to have dice to make things happen. There are entire games that have sets of rules pertinent to that subject matter that are easily used with any and all games, okay? That you don't need dice, that you could stand there at paper, rock, scissors and do what you need to do. Mechanics are there to support role-playing. They are there to make them function properly. If mechanics become more important, you don't have a role-playing game, you have a highly complicated board game. And that's all there is to it. Grow up, move on, let's get to it. The next video up is going to be pertinent to a couple of books that I have. They are not new by any measure or means at all whatsoever, but nonetheless, these reviews need to be done, preferably before my children wake up from their naps. All right. Sorry if I got a little aggressive with you. Don't be a D-bag. Be constructive with your criticism, or I'll block you. It's just my nature. If I don't like who you are and what you have to say, if I don't like how you come across, if you decide to be a D-bag about it, I'm going to block you. If you want to be constructive about it, I don't have a problem with you. If you want to debate rather than to argue, I have no problem with you. And I'm sorry if I'm being a little aggressive today. I have had a few problems that have really peeved me off, and I'm seriously considering moving from this place that we are currently living in because they always forget to spray for bugs, and it's really starting to piss me off because my child, my son, can't even sleep in his room without bugs entering. And yeah, I'm a little peeved about that. And after I'm done with this video set, which should take me the next half hour, I'm going to go down to the office and yell at them, as opposed to yelling at you because you don't deserve it. And I'm sorry if I did. But anyways, I'll talk to you later, and I'll talk to you in the next video, and you all have a wonderful day.